And a very good morning to all the people tuned in to watch World This Morning on Pakistan TV. And something looks a little different today. Yes, I am flying solo, and we are definitely missing our co-host. But yes, we are going to be diving into some interesting things today. But first things first, we have dived into the day of Friday. It has come by so fast. I feel like the days have been flying by this winter. The days are short, the nights are long, but cold. So make sure that you stay warm and cozy and fuzzy in your blankets at night, and make sure that you have your breakfast at morning. And today it is the blessed day of Jummah. Make sure to reflect on yourselves and spend time with your families from time to time. But we do have some interesting short stories to share with you, some integral updates to share with you. So first things first, let's dive into what we have in store with us today. Unfortunately, Tajikistan has become a victim of violence due to the Afghan soil. Once again, Afghan soil has been used to foment terrorism, as the time in Tajikistan came under a deadly cross-border attack from Afghanistan territory, killing 3 Chinese nationals in the southern region. Tajikistan has strongly condemned the deadly cross-border attack launched from the Afghan territory. The sites within the control area of the first border guard post of the Yol border was attacked. 3 Chinese employees of the company were killed in the attack. Pakistan has expressed its deepest condolences and strong solidarity with the government of China, and our hearts and prayers go out to all the people affected. And not just this, the loss of the Chinese nationals in a terrorist attack in Tajikistan near the border of Afghanistan. The Pakistani people do understand what is happening, as Afghanistan is also making sure to start a lot of turmoil and unrest in Pakistan. So we stand by the Chinese people in Tajikistan. And not just this, we do have some important updates regarding what was happening in the US. Unfortunately, the US was also the victim of an attack by someone in Afghanistan. In a major development in Washington, D.C., has shifted the global conversation on security, migration, and the legacy of the 2021 Afghan evacuation. A 29-year-old Afghan man who entered the U.S. in September 2021 was arrested after shooting 2 West Virginia National Guard soldiers near the White House in Washington, D.C. The suspect was once a CIA-linked Afghan partner, which is very shocking. I mean, it raises questions about why he took this stance, why he changed his stance to turn against the US, but we will be discussing this in more detail. But not just this, I think in more important news that we need to discuss is how Pakistan is at the forefront of diplomacy, at the forefront of technical development with the Honorable Prime Minister's visit to Bahrain. So what is happening is that Pakistan's ties with Bahrain have entered a new dynamic phase with fresh commitments in technology, energy, agriculture, fintech, and strategic cooperation. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif's visit has brought renewed focus on investment in a tech-driven future and the power of Pakistan's youth bulge, which is the focus and main highlight, with estimated around $500 million annual in remittances from Bahrain citizens to Pakistan. We are going to be diving into an era of regional peace and development. And not just this, something exciting that is happening in Pakistan is that Pakistan is hosting the first ever boxing international championship in Lahore. There are participants from 15 different countries, 44 different participants, and a lot is happening. Pakistan's own Falcon Mohammad Waseem defending his WBA gold title is on the same soil, and we can see how different players are competing, and Pakistan is welcoming this all for its soft image. We are so excited to dive into the updates, how the boxers are doing, and what the boxers visiting Pakistan for the first time feel like. The energy, the charisma, and obviously our hospitality is going to make them very, very happy. But with that, we are going to be heading out towards a short break, so stay tuned with us if you need updates on all these integral events that we will be discussing. We will be right back. right, welcome back to all the lovely people who stay tuned for some important and integral updates regarding current affairs and news that is going on around the globe. First things first, we will be discussing that how Afghan soil was used once again to start turmoil and unrest in different countries. First things first, it was Tajikistan that got the brunt end of the stick. An attack launched by Afghanistan caused 3 Chinese soldiers to be killed. Unfortunately, Tajikistan has strongly condemned the deadly cross-border attack, and Pakistan has expressed its deepest condolences and strong solidarity with the government and its people. But to discuss this in more detail, why this occurred, we actually have a senior journalist with us. He happens to be Zia REHMAN. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, it's wonderful to have you on the show today. Unfortunately, in these circumstances where Afghanistan can be seen to be aggressively pursuing to be hostile to its neighbors, first Pakistan and now Tajikistan, what exactly happened? How were these officials killed? And please unfold for us the details.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, Pakistan has been saying it that after the fall of Kabul in August 2021, in the withdrawal of US forces, under the Taliban regime, Afghanistan has become a safe house, headquarters of various militant groups, not only Pakistani, but Central Asians, Uyghurs militants. And we have seen that even after signing Doha Agreement with the US, Afghanistan was hosting the Al-Qaeda chief, Ayman al-Zawahiri. So this attack, in which 3 Chinese was killed, and Uzbekistan Foreign Ministry clearly said that, okay, like it is basically coming from Afghanistan, and also asked the Taliban administration to like control these. It basically support the Pakistani argument, which is from many years, it is saying that the soil of Afghanistan has been used against neighbors, particularly in Pakistan, and it is basically causing a regional security issue. So we have seen that now this attack basically verified and supplements the Pakistan argument.
Yes. All right. You've highlighted all the details very, very accurately. And what we really need to highlight is that how this assault took place, right? So according to the reports that we have received, an armed group operating from Afghanistan used unmanned aerial vehicles equipped with grenades and firearms to strike the workers' camp. So what does this say about the funding being given to Afghanistan and the technology and firearms that they're using against their neighbors?
So it is not very clear. Everyone is saying that after when US forces withdraw Afghanistan in August 2021, they abandoned many weapons, like very advanced weaponry, including drones. And it is the reason that we have seen that usage of these weapons in terror attacks in Pakistan. So now it is not confirmed which group is behind the attacks on Chinese on the Afghan border in Uzbekistan, Tajikistan. But the problem is that it's like a very clear, and even UN reports suggest that all of this weaponry now in the hands of all kind of militant groups, whether it is TTP, whether it is IMU, whether it is ETIM. So everyone is using these weaponry getting from Afghan Taliban administration. So it's again the things of worry that after the Pakistan, the other neighboring countries in Central Asia are also complaining the cross-border terrorism in their region.
All right. Thank you so much for highlighting that. And we can see how Afghanistan is wreaking havoc, not just in this region, but across the globe as well. Afghanistan has recently been under fire since the US was attacked by an Afghan national as well, who actually worked once with the US. President Trump did have to say some strong words, some reassuring words, and some patriotic words in his address. We will be sharing that clip with our audiences, so please let's play that.
My great fellow Americans, earlier today, on the eve of the Thanksgiving holiday, 2 members of the National Guard serving in Washington, D.C., were shot at point-blank range in a monstrous ambush-style attack just steps away from the White House. They'd been deputized as part of the most successful public safety and national security mission in the history of our nation's capital. the DC Safe and Beautiful Task Force, which has achieved an unprecedented reduction in violent crime and crimes of all type. This heinous assault was an act of evil, an act of hatred, and an act of terror. It was a crime against our entire nation. It was a crime against humanity. The hearts of all Americans tonight are with those two members of the West Virginia National Guard and their families. The love of our entire country is pouring out for them, and we are lifting them up in our prayers. As we are filled with anguish and grief for those who were shot, we're also filled with righteous anger and ferocious resolve. As President of the United States, I am determined to ensure that the animal who perpetrated this atrocity pays the steepest possible price.
All right, we can see how President Trump wants to passionately pursue the safety of his people and is reassuring to them that he will get to the bottom of this issue that happened. Let's go back to our guest, Zia or Rehman. Please unfold for us the situation in America, what exactly happened. And this attack took place 300 meters from the White House, and an Afghan man was responsible for this shooting. Please unfold some details for us.
Yeah, I think there's three major things we can discuss from this attack. Like, one thing is that because it is not now known that this attacker was working with the CIA in Kandahar with this from the Afghanistan side. So these connection or prior association with the CIA-backed operation, it's highlighted the complexity of the U.S. evacuation and resettlement of their former Afghan employees and allies after the U.S. 2021 withdrawal. So there's much criticism on the U.S. vetting system and the asylum protocol because there are thousands of people have gone there, and therefore Trump announced that we will suspend entire process and we will restart the vetting system. So this vetting system will impact entirely Afghan diaspora and refugees overall in the US and other countries also, particularly the people who fled Taliban regime. And still many of them are in transit. They are waiting for their cases. Some of them are in Pakistan, some of them are in other countries. So it will be. And the third thing is, if you see the broader geopolitical and security implication, it will fuel anti-immigrants sentiments in the West, particularly in the US. And not only Afghan, but it also affect the entire Muslim community because he was basically a Muslim. So yeah, it is very unfortunate incident, and it will have broader geopolitical and security implications on the people.
Definitely, you've pinpointed out that very, very accurately, and with our reports that we have received, the suspect was actually thought to be serving in Unit 3 of the Kandahar Strike Force. He was working with the CIA while he was in Afghanistan, and he actually helped secure the Kabul airport. And I think the pressing question remains that why would he suddenly change his stance? Why would he suddenly attack US officials? I think we are all dwelling on this question. But speaking about his actions, how they're impacting the broader Afghan people. Now all Afghan immigration requests have been put to a halt, putting around 200 million Afghan people in unrest and unknowing about their situation of immigration. How do you think it is going to impact the US and Afghan ties now?
I think it will also, so there are two things. One is because these people left when Taliban came, okay? So they have nothing to do with the current administration, but it will also impact their security cooperation with the current Taliban regime because there's not known, but there's cooperation going on between the two countries. But it will overall force the US administration to rethink its ties and policy towards Afghanistan.
All right, all right. And what does this have to say about America's ongoing situation regarding terrorism, right? So US officials say it's too early to determine the motive, but they confirm an ongoing investigation regarding terrorism. Do you think this individual potentially acted on his own or was led by the Afghan Taliban to pursue this action?
It's very early to say because, as you said, it is under investigation. But we have seen that such lone attacks happen in the Afghanistan, even from the American soldiers who basically work in the uh, during war in Afghanistan and Iraq. So it could be individual act, it could be organized terror act, but it is very early to say. We have to wait for the U.S. government investigation, what they say.
All right, and we have just received a major breaking news regarding President Donald Trump, who has stated that he has threatened to reverse millions of admissions granted under his predecessor, Joe Biden. We saw how Joe Biden welcomed a lot of refugees and immigrants from different countries. Now, U.S. President Donald Trump wants to reverse this. He wants to protect his people and he wants to make sure that they are safe. What do you have to say about this situation that is unfolding right now?
Yes, I tell you that already it will be a broader impact on the Afghan diaspora and the refugee community. And already we have seen that in the UK, in the US, in other European countries, there is much pressure on the administrations to from these anti-immigrants groups. So I think this act basically now helping them to pursue their tighten the anti-immigrants policies. Yeah.
All right, we can definitely see how Afghanistan is wreaking havoc across the globe, in Pakistan, then Tajikistan, now potentially in the US. Afghanistan is definitely in the limelight, but in a very negative way right now. Thank you so much, Zahra, for taking out time and sharing crucial details regarding this pressing issue that needed to be discussed. With that, we will be moving on to some other integral details that are happening across the globe. First things first, we have an update for the devastating Hong Kong fires that took place recently. Hong Kong authorities said that the death toll has risen from 44 people to actually this states how Hong Kong is taking effective measures to make sure that it evacuates its people and that the people who were responsible for this fire are brought to justice, and we hope so that they will be brought to justice. Our hearts and prayers go out to the people and the families affected by these fires in Hong Kong. And not just this, we do have some international news to share with you. Unfortunately, the four European nations have urged Israel to stop increasing settler violence against Palestinian civilians in the corrupted West Bank. France, Germany, Italy, and the United Kingdom strongly condemned the massive increase in settler violence against Palestinian civilians, who called for stability in the West Bank. This comes to say that the Israeli settlers, are causing a lot of unrest and turmoil for the innocent Palestinian civilians. We do hope that they are put under caution and they limit themselves to avoid violence and live peacefully and harmoniously with the innocent Palestinians. But with that, we will be heading out towards a short break. Make sure to stay tuned because we have some interesting updates regarding Bahrain and the Honorable Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif. So stay tuned with us. Welcome back to all the lovely people who stay tuned to get this important update regarding Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif's visit to Bahrain and what is happening, people-to-people connections, technology ties, economic ties building up for Pakistan. And not just this, we are going to be commemorating on the fresh industries of energy, agriculture, fintech, and strategic cooperation. The Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif's visit to Bahrain has brought a focus on the future investment in the tech hub industry, and we do hope that it unfolds for a more brighter future for the youngsters of Pakistan. And to discuss this in more detail, we actually have an important guest to discuss this with us. She happens to be Dr. AMNA Mahmood, who is an international relations expert. Thank you so much for joining us today. All right, Dr. Amna, I hope that you can hear us clearly. So first things first, this high-level visit of the Honorable Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif's visit to Bahrain has stirred a lot of questions regarding our long-standing friendship in the Middle East. How do you think it is developing for Pakistan, and how is Pakistan doing wonderfully well on a diplomatic stage?
Thank you very much for inviting me here. We are having very close relationship with the Gulf countries, almost all the countries, and especially with the GCC countries. And Bahrain is part of that. That is developing they are at the crossroad of development because they have established knowledge economy. They are developing their own universities, and now they are looking for Pakistan's cooperation in finance, in high-tech industry, as you mentioned, and in businesses, in agriculture, and what not. So I think that this is a golden opportunity. And I would mention here that Pakistan is having close diplomatic ties with the Bahrainian authorities. And before that, a few months back, Pakistani Speaker National Assembly Sadiq Saab traveled to Bahrain, and he has close meetings with the high officials, and then secretary level exchanges were done, and now it is the time that everything is prepared, and under the guidance of Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, this meeting is arranged. And I think that the address he has made to the inaugural session, that is wonderful. He said that we are here for the cooperation, for having, at the top he said that I am in my home among my brother and sisters. That is actually the announcement of having very close ties at the family level with all the GCC countries, and especially the Bahrain right now.
All right, all right. That sounds absolutely phenomenal. Thank you so much for sharing those updates with us. And speaking about updates, Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif said that we are ready for enhanced cooperation in the IT sector, in agriculture, and in energy, as we talked about earlier. But what really sparked my curiosity and interest was that Bahrain's finance minister stated that they are ready for some shared cooperation in fintech, and they would assist us in different places. How do you think that Pakistan can leverage this situation and actually improve its banking systems?
It is very important because when you want to enhance your capacity to do business, your banking sector should have this capacity, and Pakistan is already working on that. And cooperation in economy and banking sector would facilitate the easy flow and formal flow of money on both sides, and that would be helpful for establishing all sort of industry and attracting direct foreign investment, as Pakistan is seeking at this time. As you mentioned, that high tech industry is having a lot of potential, and that is having all over the world. And Pakistan's potential is, known. After India, when Indians have done, spying and such type of anti-state activities where they were working, Pakistan is the next choice. And the whole Gulf countries are offering Pakistan opportunity to send their high-tech persons and collaborate in terms of the government to government and private sector relationship in terms of economy and high-tech collaboration. So Pakistan has unprecedented opportunities in Gulf. And Pakistan is very near to sign a free trade agreement with all Gulf countries. It means that Pakistan has this opportunity not only to attract foreign investment, they are also having this opportunity to send their high-tech professionals to Bahrain and other Gulf countries for their help and for earning remittances for Pakistan, and attract businesses, collaborated businesses having offices all over the world and in Pakistan, in Bahrain as well. I think that Prime Minister has rightly taken this decision to go there.
All right, brilliantly spoken, well said, and that definitely makes us really, really happy. And one advantage that Pakistan does seem to have is that we have a massive youth population, and we saw how during these meetings, the Honorable Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif made sure to highlight this point, and this was a main talking point about how 60% of Pakistan's youth is between the ages of 30 to 15. How important is it to pitch this demographic to future investors in the Middle East and in Bahrain?
It is very rare all over the world. You know, Europe has lost its population growth, and most of the countries are at 0.2%, 0.1%, or the largest growing population in Europe is 0.5%. So they need people young, and Pakistan is having more than 60% people at this stage. They are between 15 to 40 years of age. And this age is very dynamic, by the way, and they are very energetic as well. So I think that the skilled labor for Pakistan is not only, they are blessing for Pakistan and they are blessing for Pakistani businesses as well, and to export as well. I think that this time Pakistan has to establish a lot of opportunities for small courses, capacity building of the population, giving them training in high tech and professional matters. With 6 months or 1 year training, people are trained in high tech areas like cyber security, like AI, data science, and others. And they should be provided opportunity at home, and then they should be exported. I think that Pakistan can serve not only the GCC countries but the whole Europe at this time, because they are running short of the labor force. Their markets are open, and now they are looking for the skilled labor. Skilled labor is very important. If we just transport this youth in labor capacity, that would not be good for Pakistan and for those countries as well.
All right, all right. Thank you so much for highlighting that. And what definitely warms our hearts is that how Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif actually said that the relationship with Bahrain is just like family, and that does seem to highlight how the people-to-people connection depends on cultural rather than economic situations as well. And we do hope that this deepens and deepens as the years progress. Thank you so much, Dr. Amna Mahmood, for being here and sharing the crucial updates regarding this wonderful event taking place right now. But with that, we will be moving on to some integral news regarding global warming and how floods are striking and storms are striking across the globe, wreaking havoc across different continents. What exactly happened is that heavy rains triggered landslides and floods in Sri Lanka, causing more than 65 deaths. Authorities have stopped the passenger trains and closed roads in some parts of the country. The government's disaster management center reports that 25 of the facilities, 25 of these incidents occurred in the mountains of the tea growing facilities occurred in the tea growing regions of the Balad region. Another 21 people are missing due to the landslides in the same areas, and 10 people are injured. That sounds absolutely devastating, how maybe global warming is impacting landslides, storms. We saw how Thailand actually faced a massive 1 in 300-year type of storm. But with that, we will also be heading out towards some interesting news regarding cricket. We will be heading out towards a short break, so stay tuned with us while we head towards our next segment. All right, welcome back to all the lovely people who stay tuned to be informed in this wonderful sports segment that we have set up for all of you. First things first, we have to highlight how Pakistan unfortunately lost to Sri Lanka last night at the Rawalpindi Stadium. What exactly happened was that I think yesterday we did have Kashif Shabir highlighting how Sri Lanka has some tough bowlers that Pakistan needs to look out for, and that is exactly what happened. Maybe those bowlers got the best of us. PTV Sports did telecast the live match in HD, and we do hope that maybe maybe Pakistan is able to make a victorious comeback from this loss. But moving on to more cricket updates, the national T20 team opening batsman Shehbaz Bahrain has moved up to 8 places in the ICC T20 rankings in the 4th place. This is great news. Shehbaz Bahrain has moved up to the 4th position with 776 rating points. This speaks to show how if we give our players the chance to perform, they do outshine the other players and do wonderfully well in the fields of sports. It just talks about how encouragement and sportsmanship needs to be encouraged, and we are doing wonderfully well. Our players just need a little boost. And speaking about a boost, what we are really excited about is that Pakistan is hosting the first ever second international boxing championship in Lahore. The theme for this year is Fight for Glory in Lahore, and it is delivering some bountiful bouts. Pakistan's Raza Hamza claimed the WBA South Asia lightweight title, knocking out Ghana's player in the 3rd round. We will be talking about the updates. There are 44 different players from 15 different countries, and to speak more about this, we actually have an interesting guest who will be highlighting us with the updates. He happens to be a combat sports commentator, the very own Ali Sani. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Hello, how are you? My name's Ali Sina, not Sunny.
I'm so sorry for the wrong pronunciation, but we are so excited to have you here today. Pakistan is hosting the first ever international boxing championship in Lahore with around 44 different players from 15 different countries. How is it going so far? Please give us some updates.
It's going really well. So basically, this is a spectacle which is happening in Pakistan for the first time, where, like you mentioned, 40 international fighters of high caliber have come to Lahore from 17 different countries from all around the world, be it the US, United
All right. I think we do have some technical difficulties. I hope Ali can hear us right now. All right, I think we are going to be connecting with Ali soon. Ali, please let us know how the atmosphere is in Lahore right now regarding the boxing.
So many individuals are here from all around the world. We've got international judges, we've got international guests coming in. Families are coming in from different countries to support their fighters who are competing. Fans are coming in. So it's kind of, like a festival which is going on. So this is a 4-day event. Today is going to be the 3rd day, and tomorrow is going to be the last day. We have title bouts. There have been concerts over here. Is being promoted.
All right. And what does, I think we have lost Ali for a second, but what does really excite us about this match is that it has a lot of major backing. So the people that are backing this is, first of all, the government, the Fauji Foundation, the Lahore Corps, and the WBA officials. Everyone is excited to host this in Pakistan, and we can see how so much is happening, right? So we're hosting cricket events and now boxing events. Let's go back to Ali. I hope our connection is set right now.
Yes, I can hear you perfectly fine.
Thank you so much, Ali, for staying tuned with us. And what really excites me is that you have covered some major events. You have seen the energy on ground. So what are some major matches that have caught your eye so far?
So basically, like you mentioned, we have world title fights happening in Pakistan. So those are pretty, interesting as well. Tonight we have a title fight. It's going to be a gold super bantamweight fight against an opponent from Korea, South Korea, versus opponent from Bangkok, Thailand. So, and both of these are really high level fighters training in the US, training all around the world, and then coming to Pakistan to compete. So, like I said, this is a dream come true for people who enjoy boxing, who enjoy combat sports in general. And if you're in Pakistan, you should definitely not miss it, because such opportunities come by, really less, to be able to experience such a high level event with such exciting energy.
Oh my God, Ali, Sina, thank you so much for speaking so passionately about that. I'm sure all the viewers right now are going to be rushing to Lahore. If you are in Lahore right now, make sure that you do go and witness this spectacular event. And in the updates that we have received, Pakistan's Reza Hamza has claimed the WBA South Asia's lightweight title, knocking out Ghana's champion. What do you have to say about that? And we do have some other updates regarding how the Falcon Mohammad Wasim, he's defending the world title at home for the first time. What do you have to say about these exciting developments?
Yeah, so Reza Hamza delivered a spectacular knockout last night. He knocked his opponent out in the third round. That kid had been going through some personal difficulties. He lost his mother a while back. He lost his brother. So he had to fight a lot of demons to get where he is right now. And then he achieved his knockout perfectly. He performed really well and he raised the flag for Pakistan. And Mohammad Wasim is again a superstar in Pakistan. This entire thing has been built around Mohammad Wasim because he's a very high, he's the number one boxer in Pakistan, the most high level caliber boxer there is. And he's going to be defending his title. He previously fought 4 years ago in Lahore. Last year, he fought in Goita and
All right, all right. And we can see how Ali's so passionate about commentating about combat sports, right? He knew all the players and their relationships with their families and what it takes to train. And speaking about training, right? We have received information that Wasim has trained in Liverpool and he traveled all the way there from Pakistan and to Manchester for his sparring competitions and his trainings. What does this say about the commitment and the years and efforts the players put into making sure that they perform at the top tier level?
Yes, you have to put in the investment, and an investment for a fighter or an athlete is going abroad internationally, finding a good gym where they can train, where they have high level training partners so they can perform at their best. So a lot of sacrifices go into this, and hopefully the government is supporting us this time. The government of Punjab, Pakistan Army, they've backed this entire event up. They've backed the fighters up. So hopefully we're just going to be witnessing the growth of athletes in Pakistan because of the support we're getting. So good luck to everyone who is performing, and yes, it's going well.
All right, all right. Thank you so much, Ali Sina, for taking out integral time to highlight this major event happening in Pakistan in Lahore right now. If you are in Lahore right now, I'm pretty sure you want to rush to the scene and make sure that you witness this spectacular event in person. It is something that does not need to be missed by you. Make sure to go with your families and enjoy a lot. With this, we will be wrapping up this segment. We thank Ali Sina a lot, and we hope that the world politics and global turmoil comes to a rest and a peaceful tranquility spell falls upon us. With that, we will be wrapping up this show. A happy weekend to all the viewers watching. Make sure to join us live on Monday at 10 a.m. We will be waiting for you eagerly, but for then, enjoy your weekend. This is Rehan signing out for now. Good morning and goodbye.